Hi everyone, morning. From wherever you will be joining me this morning on this very short um, conversation. I would just want to quickly add that I want to believe that you are having a wonderful and a great day, and I believe things will always work together for you, for those that love the Lord. Now, basically, I just want to talk about feedbacks in relationships. How we can um, enhance our the beauty we get from feedbacks in our relationship. Now, feedbacks are quite because in every relationship, the goal of every relationship is to grow in strength and in value it produces. So basically, I've discovered in my own personal relationships that feedbacks are quite important, whether it's in a relationship with my spouse, in a relationship with my colleagues at work, or with even siblings at home, or even members of the same church family, and all of that. Now, basically, first of all, we should understand that it takes a lot of trust for people to come give you feedbacks over aspects of life they want you to improve upon. Now, I'm looking at feedbacks in terms of improvement, need to improve in certain aspects of our relationship with others. So basically, feedback comes out of the place of trust. So if people don't trust you, they necessarily don't even give you feedback. So in my relationship, I'll use the example of relationship with my spouse. I'd always see feedbacks from her, or I also give her feedback basically because it's a relationship that in um, that trust. There's a lot of trust in that kind of relationship. So that is one. Then secondly, for us as individuals, now how do we leverage on feedbacks to better improve our relationship with other people? um, First of all, we should the first thing we should understand is that when people give us feedback, there is always two sides to every feedback that is given. There could be the side that appears to be negative, so to speak, or the side also appears to be positive, depending on how we want to sift through those feedbacks we have been given. So, for example, if someone tells you about something that appears to be um, negative about you, I mean, the person is addressing a negative character trait, and not necessarily that the person is speaking in a negative light, just deliberately just speaking in a negative light. So, somebody says, for example, that I discovered that you procrastinate too much, or you procrastinate your activities, and it's not really helping you, and all of that. Now, it's now left to you to sift through that conversation to understand that the, the feedback itself is not necessarily a negative one, but that you should correct a negative trait or character or attitude or whatsoever that case may be. So we should understand that the reception of feedbacks is basically um, depending on how we sift through the conversation or the informations we are receiving from the person giving that feedback. Then also we should also have the mind that in every feedback, sometimes it may appear to be negative, but there's something always positive to pick out of it, because um, for someone that has a growth mindset, you will always want to look at something good out of every situation to also pick out and also to add value to yourself. So if somebody gives a feedback and you don't essentially feel that the communication process was right, or that the information that was passed is something you can actually work with to improve yourself, it will be more helpful if you overlook the conversation process sometimes and focus on what is being said, so that you also keep pushing in that your process of growth, and you don't get um, overshadowed by other concerns that are less important to your process of growth. So first of all, I've said it comes out of a place of trust. And relationships that are bound in trust can always have good feedback and mechanisms to always keep each person on the growth on the growing process. Then also we also should also take note that it could the feedbacks we receive from people or we give to people can be either taken as positive or negative. But in all of those um, um, way of looking at it, we should also know that we can sift through and always get something that can aid our growth. And then finally, before I drop, I said I was not going to take your time. Basically, we should also note that feedbacks are also one way our relationships um, have been programmed to help us. If there are no feedbacks in relationship, it essentially means that relationships are going on between two perfect persons. So feedbacks will always come. Sometimes even when we do things that we consider to be good or acceptable, we can always get the approval from others. So feedback can also be some sort of approval from other people that are looking at us, or it can also be some way of advice and all of that. So we should always be open to feedbacks from our loved ones and people that we relate with on a daily basis so that we can keep improving ourselves. So thank you very much. Next time until I see you, it's conversation with IBJ, and you should always keep watching out the space for more content that would help us to grow as individuals and also grow up, help us grow our faith and help us to be more productive in life. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.